I'm Rita Cook and Terry.
Hang on a minute. Stop it.
Cooking. So, but people like it better when we're like acting normal.
We're not normal.
No, you're not. I try, but it's hard. Okay, so what are we going to chat about? Let them eat cake, Marie Antoinette said, but nowadays Klaus Schwab and the globalists are saying let them eat worms and bugs. And that's my down the rabbit hole. That's my down the rabbit hole show. I'm Rita Cook, and did we already say that?
I don't know.
And we are in lies the truth. And the truth is that there are some globalists out there who think that it's a good idea for us to eat bugs and worms and all kinds of
crickets
crawlies
and salamanders. And
I was wondering what this means. Okay, so I don't eat meat or chicken. So do I need to start adding bugs to the list of things I don't eat?
It tastes like chicken. So
no, it tastes like shrimp.
It does.
On PBS, okay. So let's just get into this really quick. I'll just tell you a little bit, and I'm going to kind of cheat here. But there was a gentleman who was talking, and he was just talking about the fact that there's a UN Agricultural Department report that came out in 2013 about people need to start eating bugs. And you said it had something to do with the CO2 emissions from cows.
No.
Or what was the deal on that?
It's the methane from all the cow.
But we've been eating meat like that for thousands of years.
You hear how I beeped out my own curse word?
How can that suddenly be a problem?
It's not suddenly, but it's man. There's so many cows,
But I think there were that many cows in the past.
Nah, tons more now. They're just raising them and feeding them, and all of that manure. They have to get rid of that too. That's causing big
maybe that's
problems.
just excess that we need to stop instead of starting telling people they can't eat meat. They have to eat bugs.
Maybe we need to start eating manure.
I think it's good for you.
You want to try some? You have some in the bag there?
I don't. I have cherries, but we already talked about cherries, and that was a different show, and I know that people are not interested in the properties of cherries. If you are, watch what it means to be a witch, because you'll find out all about cherries.
More than you ever wanted.
Do you want to tie one of the stems?
I tried. It doesn't. I can't do it.
Never been able to do that?
No, I'm not that talented.
Okay, so supposedly we're having a food shortage in our country, and we already know the globalists are all about let's see how we can control the masses, and the pandemic didn't work. Too bad, guys. And
better luck next time.
Yeah, so that the next time is now they're trying to say that we don't have enough food. Well, maybe that's because China and Bill Gates own. I know Bill Gates for sure owns the most farmland in the United States, and China's right there too.
And that's not cows and stuff. That's for growing grain.
It is still agriculture.
Yeah.
So if you and I bought all the land in America and decided that we were going to say that there was no land left, there isn't, because we've done whatever we were going to do, and there's a lot of lying going on too. And I think that's one thing that COVID did, was it woke people up to the ridiculousness of the globalist, the World Economic Forum, and Klaus Schwab. I want to see him eat bugs, because he could go on a diet and nobody would miss that. And I bet he's not eating bugs. I bet he's eating a lot of meat, because he looks like a meat eater.
Big bugs and lobsters.
Yeah, so that's one thing. But one of the things, there's Agenda 30, which look that up, because it's supposed to be about world peace and sustainable, let's see, lovely little fairy tale of world peace. The problem is you can't force humans. That's the thing. You can't force humans into world peace. You can't force them into not eating what they want. By starving
waging war.
Yeah, I mean, if we didn't have anything to eat, and it was like you're going to starve or you're going to eat a bug, would you eat a bug or would you starve?
I'd eat that bug and love it.
Okay, well, see, that's what a lot of people would do, and that's what the globalists are hoping that people are going to jump on that bandwagon, which is why they don't want us to grow meat or like to have our food sources. They're trying to take that away. They tried to take away people taking vitamins because it was hitting the big pharma's big old pocketbooks. People are not stupid, so that's one of the problems too. We want to be autonomous as humans, and they're trying to take that away. But they said in this 2013 report, it said the best way to get Westerners, because we're not going to stop eating our meat, is through propaganda, which is all the mass media sources, and through education, and that education starts in the schools. So there you go. PBS was talking about bugs are really good. They taste like shrimp, and just a bunch of,
Have you eaten bugs?
No, I haven't.
That you know of. They say the EPA or FDA or whatever allows a certain amount of bug pieces in food, especially cereals.
Probably roach feet.
It's a lot of eyeballs and feet and buttholes.
Do bugs have buttholes?
Pretty sure they do.
very
what they
tiny
say.
ones.
They're small, so
I don't know.
you won't taste them.
I know.
But they have complete farms that are growing this stuff. I mean,
right.
I mean, if you think about the weight and the food and how it can contribute to world hunger, I think it's a good idea. Now, I'm not going to eat bugs unless it comes down to it. But if it does, I'll eat bark.
Yeah, but I think bark's healthier for you because one of the things is, well, and
Who
actually,
was that guy that used to eat bark? What was his name?
I don't know.
There was a guy in America. It was a big deal. He used to eat bark. I think he died.
Was it from a bad piece of bark?
Yeah, he got some bad bark.
Well, the largest bug manufacturing facility right now that's processing all this BS is in Decatur, Illinois. But I do want to just point out, and this is scientifically proving that is reported by the government, believe it or not, our government actually is possibly telling the truth about something. Bugs provoke human innate immunity to penetrate a deluge of inflammatory cytokines, which injures your organs and if persistent situations occur, it can lead to death, it can lead to cancer, it can lead to lupus, MS.
Now, over in Japan and China, they've been eating bugs forever.
Have you
and
been?
They're the healthiest people.
They don't eat bugs over there. They eat a lot of fish and they do a lot of exercise.
No, they eat a lot of bugs.
I have been to Japan and China and I was never served a bug.
I saw it on YouTube, so it has to be true.
I know in Laos, when I was in Laos, they were eating a lot of worms. There was a market that had rats and, well, maybe just
China
Asia.
and all that,
I mean,
Asia. They're eating everything over
People
there.
eat chocolate-covered ants and chocolate-covered crickets and all this stuff.
How many of them you'd have to eat to get full?
I'm not doing it. And I'm a food writer, and if I'm not going to eat it, then I'm not going to eat it. I don't want to.
What about scorpions? I noticed they had them over there in Asia.
I think you can get those in Mexico.
And rats.
Rats, there was rats hanging up, but rats would be considered meat, not a bug.
It's a matter of opinion. Tastes like chicken.
I just think that the globalists need to get the hell off their kick, and they're not going to, but they're going to find that humans are tired of them trying to round us up like little animals and say, you have to live in a 15-minute city, you have to drive an electric car, you have to do this, you have to do that. Leave us the hell alone. Go do it yourself. I mean, these people are probably the most unhealthy looking people I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they're eating bugs, and I don't think they're eating anything.
Nope.
So, you know, Marie Antoinette and her hubby King got their head removed. FYI.
For eating bugs?
No, for saying let them eat cake. I used to know how to say that in French because it's like, or they're saying let them eat bugs because that's what we want them to eat. And everybody keeps talking about that movie Soylent Green, which I've never seen. I guess
Soylent Green.
Soylent Green. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
And was it good?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea
So
to eat humans. It solves the world problem.
Does that also consider meat? So I can say I don't eat meat when I don't eat meat. I don't eat chicken. I don't eat humans. I don't eat bugs.
You kind of acclimate to it after a while. It tastes like chicken. Everything tastes like chicken.
Or shrimp. Bugs taste like shrimp.
Poor chickens.
According to PBS.
Chickens really get the bad deal.
Chickens, everything tastes like a chicken, except for a chicken.
They haven't got a grade anyhow to start with, so.
All right, guys, we would love to hear what you have to say about this because it's an open topic that is just totally, it's an evolving situation that is not going to end for some time until we put an end to it by getting our politicians out of office that are idiots and putting people in that care about what the constituents say instead of what they think will line their pocketbook.
Or just eat all the bugs in the world and then we don't have to worry about it anymore.
Or just hide your cows in the bottom of the house. I mean, I wouldn't be able to kill my cow if it was my pet anyway, so I wouldn't be eating meat even if I was a meat eater.
You do sometimes. I
do. I grew up on deer meat though, and I think that's why I'm so healthy.
You had a Taco Bell the other day.
That wasn't meat. That was it was beans, which is a little bit better. But I wonder how many roach feet was in that.
A lot.
Okay.
Billions.
I'm Rita Cook.
Terry Murphy.
We are In Lies the Truth.
Bye.
Please hit like, subscribe, notifications, make comments, and thanks for watching. Ciao. No, I don't want to eat anything at all after I